Hello, how are you guys? Oh, good. I am here again for another series, another story of my life. I'm gonna say that stories of my life because my life is full of those experiences that sometimes make a drain in a lot of my energy. Today I'm feeling like this. I had a difficult night. I woke up many times between experiences. So, but I don't want to talk about it today, okay? The result is I wake up with feeling not very well because the night was really very stressed, to say the least. But I want to tell you about another time when I had another experience, okay, from the past. Because I'm not gonna talk about what's happened last night because I have to digest what's happened. I'm not sure yet. Okay, I'm not sure yet. Um, it was very strange night, but I haven't sleep on it. Yes, that's the expression. I haven't sleep on it, so I can't say anything yet. No. So that one was many years ago, to be honest. Many years ago. I sometimes I wonder if I have tell you that one or not. Sometimes it's in my brain. It's like I should do a list of my dreams, the past dreams, and tick the ones I'm already talk about. Okay. So, but that one, I'm pretty sure I haven't said anything about it. It was some years ago. I I was walking with in a field, very like a primitive, very primitive place. It was like it was a camp, but the vegetation was very low, very dried also, and very wild plants, very wild plants. So I was walking with someone. He resembled my son. Okay, very tall, much taller because my son is tall, but this person was about 2 meters. He was very tall, and you were walking. It was like a hill. You were coming down the hill, but was not very sharp hill. It was middle, like just something coming down, very fine and very not very sharp, but more, you know, slope, like a slope. So we were coming down, talking, me and that being, And we're talking about many things. He was telling me a lot of things about situations and people. And they were having a very nice conversation about past and present and future. Not my personal life, not his wherever he comes from, nothing, but about the planet. It was more or less about other people situations, general things, not personal things. So, and then I look at the floor. There were paths like little paths, like pathways, but in the middle of this vegetation, like a trail, more like a trail. You were coming down. I knew farther away down the hill there were a village. I was looking at the roofs of the place, the houses. We were going in the direction of that place. So I we were talking about trivial things and the planet, etc. And then I looked down and then I saw something like a creature, but made by, it was look more a metal stuff. You know, it looks like a beetle, but was bigger than beetle, much bigger, more or less that size. But by but it was shining and it was making a noise when he was coming our direction, like beep, 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 beep. And then that tall guy kneel on the floor to receive the message that this creature was telling him. And I look at it, say, what a strange creature. And then he said, okay, it's for us to go down because we have something to do down there. And I say, okay, let's go then. And then you went. It was, and then you walk down there in silence. He just said that there was someone that he has to pick up in there, so you can take her to another place. So it was his, it was his mission that moment in time to take that person from there. And then you went down, and then they had a slope, so you have to go down there. And then you went down that hill and stepped down to that place, and then there was street, but there were no pavement on the streets. It was like a very primitive, like earth and little stones, like bricks, but no pavement at all, nothing, just the pure, you know, pure earth. And then there were a road. Then I saw the road on my left side. The right side, the road just stopping there. Didn't have anything further down. It was just the camp, the vegetation and the hills, just the hills. But from that place where you coming down from the camp, from the hill, they were start the house, the first house, and then the other side there were a road they were going down, just in front from where you came from. There were a road going down, and there were some houses on the left side of that road, not on the right side. They didn't have anything on the right side of the road, just from the left side. And this road that we were getting in, it was like parallel like this, so it was making an L like that. So that's the way you are going, and this is the road that was going down. So in the road where it went, there were houses on the other side also, and I saw a little kiosk on the corner from this road down, and the one that were going, it was like a L, yeah. So in the corner of that L, there were a shop, a kiosk, but it was closed. The doors were shut, and then houses going without end. Okay, so when you get down the road, the first house you went in. Okay, the first thing that I noticed is that there were no doors on the entrance, no doors. They were all open, and a long corridor, not that large, about 1 meter and 20 centimeters, like that, large, like one, you know, and they were long, corridors long. So the first thing I noticed was no doors, and the second thing I noticed is the floor was full of mud. And then I thought to myself, what the heck? Why the person that owns that house doesn't do something on the floor, put at least some stone so you can walk on top? Because I was trying not to step on the mud. It was dark mud, like very dark, like black, you know. And then when I step in, about two, three steps in, I saw the first door on my right. Again, just the entrance, no doors at all, just the entrance. And then I noticed that there was someone standing on my right, because it was like the room was long room, you know, but there were separations inside that room. There were separations. So the first part of this, there were a lady. I sensed the energy of that person as a lady. Okay, she was all covered in black, mad, completely mad all over. Only her eyes were not dirty. She was very dirty from the head. Didn't even saw the hair, just mad. And them are just black. I look at her and I say, oh my God, you need a shower. You need to clean yourself. She sensed my presence, but she didn't saw me. She was not able to see me. Okay. It was like her energy was not allowed her to see anything. She was like blind. She was standing. And I saw there were a separation, and then another room. And that one I sensed that there was someone there, but male then. But I haven't seen, because he was sitting on the wall, sitting on the floor, resting his back on the wall, but he was also not able to see me. And he sensed my presence also, but he was not able to, just sense someone was there. I hope he heard me saying that she had a shower, because then they will try to understand what's going on. Do you understand? And then the person that was that I came from got in completely. He just went in straight to the back, and then he called me. But then he said, "Mom," so that's what I thought it was my son. And so he said, "Mom, come in, continue walking, come inside." And then the next, I continued walking, and the next door, again, no door, just open. And it was very small room. That one was not bigger like the other one, long like the other one. Probably there were more room after that second guy that I saw. But this one was very small, very small. meter, something very small, very small. And the thing I noticed was a beautiful little puppy, a very white, completely white little dog. It's a puppy. I saw that, and when he saw me at the entrance, he looked at me, and then he looked at straight away again to the wall, and then I understood that there was someone laying down on there, but completely covered in mud. So I was not able to see. I just noticed that there was someone completely down, sink on the mud. So I thought, oh my God. But then I continued walking, and then it was the room my this entity was, and he was standing on my right, but the room was big. That one was big. It was dried. It was not mud like the other ones. It was dried, where this room had two divisions. Okay, in the back was some mud there, but where my son was standing, my son, this entity was standing, it was dried, and there were a lady, and on the corner there were a table also. There were a little, like a little office, and he was talking to that lady. She was beautiful, very tall, brown color, black, like the hair. Her hair was like this color of mine, brown. Okay, but she was a little darker than me. She was more brownish, but she was very beautiful, very beautiful. And she has a long hair also. And then my this entity was talking to that person. So they were both the same size, very, very big, very tall one. She was very tall like him. And then I noticed there was someone sitting on the mat, but she was sitting. She was nearly clean, but not completely clean yet. She was still sitting on that mat. And then I approached her because I want to see her story. I want to listen why she was there, why she was still there. Yeah. And then when I approached her to talk to her, she tried to touch me. She tried to grab me. And then I stepped down, I stepped back, and I said, "You are not ready yet. You are not ready yet." And then I stand up, and then approach my this being that was, I thought it was my son because he called mom. Probably I have other sons up there uh, in the spiritual world. Um, and then he said to me, "Okay, you have to go now, mom. You have to go now." And that lady was supposed to go with us. That's the lady he was supposed to take from there. So I sense there were other people, because at the end of the corridor where this room was, there were another corridor going in front. It's like a, like a, like that, and then you were here, and then the corridor is continued there. So the house was bigger. There were more people in there, more people in there. So, and nearby that lady that tried to grab me, there were more people sitting there also. So, but I didn't see no one responsible for that place, because apparently that lady, that tall lady, she was already ready to move places. She was already ready to leave that place. So he went off. We went to another place. And then as we went off from that place, me my son and that lady, I was taken from them, and they went, and I wake up in my bed. So what I understand about that experience is there is different places in the upworld, okay? Because I have been in another one. I decided not to tell that story today because that other one, because it's very heavy, you know. So I'll tell it later in another occasion. But I have been in different places, like my father, my shoemaker father. Yeah, is a different place, completely different place. So remember when Jesus said, "My in the house of my father had different rooms." So the place of my father, there is different places. There is different. Um, he said, "I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna prepare place for you because my father's house is big, and there is many places." So I think depends on how we live our lives here and how we died depends from where you're gonna go. So what I understand is what I understood of that place is this place where I have been in that city in this experience now was related to people that is addicted, that they have addictions. Doesn't matter whatever type of addiction it is, but they have to get rid of that addiction in order to move on. Okay, so but I don't think it's a person that the, when they die in addiction. That's what I'm trying to say. If they don't manage here to overcome this addiction, then they are taken to places like this. Okay, that's what I understood because the experience with my father, the shoemaker, he was not accepting that he was dead. He was not accepting the reality of his death because he died in a car crash. So it was suddenly he tried to fight against, but he didn't manage that because he stayed some days in machines, but he didn't manage. So I think he didn't accept the fact that he didn't manage that, and he just didn't survive. So I think there is different places for different situations. Okay, depends how the way you die and the way you live. The way you live and the way you die is the opposite. So yeah, and some people when they are very, very, very bad, then there is another situation, and then I will tell the other one later. I'm not gonna tell that today, okay? Because this one is already long, 24 minutes already. So that's my experience in the upward, you know. Yes, after death experiences, or not after death experience, but death experiences of other ones, not mine one. I just go down there to learn, you know, how to deal with situation. So in that one, I learned that don't approach tomato when it's still in the mud. Yeah, don't approach it because what I felt when she tried to touch me, that she didn't overcome the desire for naughtiness. She was not ready yet to get out of that place. She had to recognize that, some desires are not okay. If you wanna, if you wanna be in the spiritual realm, purity is something very important. Purity of feelings, you know, purity of feelings depends of the root of your feelings, because you can touch any place, any person, eh? Yeah, I can touch anyone because I don't have this desire of possessing someone. Do you understand? Depends of the motivation that makes you do the action. That is the most important thing. For example, I think there is difference when a person has addictions because he's weak and he doesn't have enough strength in inside himself to overcome that. And that is different when the person addiction is because they love it, and that's the difference. I know someone that she loves whatever she does, the addiction she has, she loves it. And she told me once, I love it. So that one does know the things because she loves it. And that motivation that is going to take her to place like this is the love for naughtiness, the love for the addiction. Because there is a people that are addicted, but they hate it, but they don't have strength enough because of some neurons problems, some neurons, so it's not the person's fault. So depends. It's much, 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 much related to the interior desire. What is inside, what is the motivation. So look at the motivation. Why do you do something? It's like you can do it on the good side also. Remember when Jesus said that a lot of people that in the end they will say, but I did this in your name, I did that. But the motivation, why have you what have you done good? Just to prove to other people that you are good? So that's not the right motivation. Is trying to gain something, being good. So it's about the motivation from one side or to the other. Doesn't matter. If the heart is not there, to do good doesn't matter. It's not gonna make any difference. Because he said, oh, I done this in your name, I done that in your name. But what motivates you to do it? Self gain? Yeah. So from one side to the other, there is the motivation is the most important thing when you think about afterlife. Okay. Okay, dokie. Is another experience for you, and the lessons I took from it also. Yeah, I don't have skills, do I? I don't have any skills not to do, not to behave good and not to be good, because I know what is waiting if I'm not doing the right stuff. I know. I have been there. I saw it myself. So I don't have any skills. I'm more responsible than a person that doesn't have these experiences. So I am so responsible for everything. I have to be very careful. Whatever I say, whatever I do, I have to be very careful very, very careful because I know. And when you know, you are responsible for whatever you know. Yeah, God, God help me. And that's why I pray every day, God have mercy on me. And that's what I said. I don't know how many times a day I said that. When I'm sleeping, I said that. When I'm walking, when I'm doing anything, come to my brain, God have mercy on me. Because I need mercy from Him. Because He showed me too much. And as much as I know, as much responsible I am. Okay. God bless and keep you safe and me also. And please, please, if you have some experience like this, get in touch. Okay? And follow me if you wish. God bless and keep you safe and me also. Bye bye.